Hello and welcome to another free computer tutorial lesson brought to you by BeYourOwnIT.com. So this one's right out of our free computer training program. It's lesson number 15 and it's on the Registry editor. So there's a lot of great information within this particular lesson, but we're going to try to just hit the highlights. And the reason for that is, some of it gets pretty technical and you're going to want to read it and take a look at the pictures and things like that. But in our 10 plus years, we've basically only, 10 plus years of computer repair, we've pretty much only used the Registry editor as something to remove viruses or faulty software that may be causing issues, just basically from a troubleshooting standpoint. There are ways to use it to optimize your computer, things like there are softwares completely dedicated to it, registry editing softwares, things like that. But to tell you a little bit about it, to run it, all you needed to go is Start, and then choose Run, just like if you were going to choose to run msconfig. And this is a picture of what you'll basically see. You'll see several categories: HKey class as root, current user, local machine, which is where you'll do most of your edits in if you ever need to, and users, HKey users, and current config. It's important, it's part of this lesson as well, we're talking about, it's important that we mention you need to always back up your registry. It's a very simple task, but if you're ever going to change anything in your computer's registry, make sure you back it up first. The process is very easy. First you need to choose the File option, then Export. Below you'll see an option where you can choose the export range, and make sure you select all. Just to show you what that looks like. File, Export, and you can name it. Now make sure you put it in a place where you'll remember it, and then you can select the range All. That way you'll have a good backup of your entire registry. Once you've backed it up, you can make particular troubleshooting changes, things like that. Some very quick, easy tips to use in the registry. If you're looking for a particular entry, you can use the F3 on your keyboard and search for it, and then it'll search for it, and then you can hit F3 again, or F2 to edit it, I'm sorry, or F3 to search for the next one, and the next one, and the next one that match your query. So for example, you remove Norton Antivirus. This used to be a pretty common procedure, and it would still be littering the computer's registry, and you wanted to go in there and remove all the Norton entries. Well, nowadays there's an actual utility that does that, but back then I would type in something like Symantec or Norton and go all the way through the registry and manually remove it. Things like that. If you have a piece of software or an error that you're getting when your computer boots up, oftentimes you'll want to open the registry editor, use the search function, search for the entry, and maybe you need to remove it or you need to figure out what exactly it is. That's where you'll find it. It's important to remember the registry is a database type thing, so you can cause a lot of issues if you accidentally delete something that doesn't need to be deleted, and that's why we always say to back up your registry. So you'll find out a little bit more about your registry in our lesson, but that's a brief overview, and just be careful. If you're going to be in there editing your registry, make sure that you know what you're doing. Thanks, and we'll see you in the next lesson.